Meeting, I would start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you everybody for being here tonight. We'll start tonight with a roll call of officers.
Ron Alberico.
I'm here.
Greg Bickus.
Here.
Barb Boyce.
Here.
Barb Delaney. Here. Dee Marley.
Here.
13 Construction.
Here.
Utility Management. Mario Carlarcio.
Yes.
I just butchered that one.
That's good.
All right. Everybody should have in their packet the minutes of the last meeting. We do need a motion to pass the minutes.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Delaney,
I'll second it.
second by Barb Boyce. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. You have a bill list of $40,944.74 this month. I also need a motion to pay the bills.
I'll make that motion to pay the bills.
I got a motion by Barb Boyce,
Second.
second by Barb Delaney. I'm sorry I didn't ask for questions, but are there any questions of the bills tonight?
I have a question, not so much pertaining to the bills, but with money. We generally get the balance of the account. We don't have that in our packet.
We just got them today, the statements.
Statements came late.
Because of the holiday, they were late.
Okay.
So that's why you don't have
Did you
it.
make a copy of them for us or not?
Pardon?
Did you make a copy?
They're not even reconciled yet.
Oh, okay.
They just came in today's mail.
Okay.
All right, any other questions of the bills tonight? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Who seconded that, please?
Barb.
Thank you. Dee Marley.
Yes.
Ron Alberico.
Yes.
Greg Bickus.
Yes.
Barb Boyce.
Yes.
Barb Delaney.
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you. Any citizens wishing to address the board tonight? Please state your name for the record. I apologize, we didn't set up the mics tonight, so just
So I can
have
stand
some
here and
custom.
talk.
No, just gets close so she can hear you.
Okay. But I don't think I talk very loudly. But good evening, my name is Delinda Herrick. I live at 302 Riley Avenue, Lockport, Illinois. I'm here, Ron, to say, I think that as we dissolve the water department, we should have transparency. We'd like to know what money is there, where's that money going, and for certain we want to be reimbursed for that $750 that we've been paying for the past 14 months. I know you're just at the beginning stages of dissolving it, but we want to be a part of it, okay? If you would please include us.
Thank you.
Okay,
Is that all?
That was
I don't want to
it.
interrupt you.
No, that was all.
Yeah, no, we're going to be as transparent as we can. I believe we always have to be. We always have a recording of all our bills and where they go and how we're going to dispense them. Until the deal is done and when the monies are all shakes out, we'll figure out how to dissolve it and where it should go at that point.
Okay, I thought it was a done deal now. We went to the city
Well, we
council.
still have to approve everything. It's not a done deal until everything's signed on the line and it's actually gone. You never know what's going to transpire.
Okay, because I did attend the Joliet City Council meeting last Tuesday. I went to the Joliet City Council meeting and they approved it.
They approved it.
Yeah.
We're going to try to approve it tonight.
Okay.
And then we have Will County. I believe they have to go through there. And the city of Lockport has one intergovernmental agreement also.
So there's
So it's a lot of-
still things to be solved.
Yeah, things that
Okay.
you have to be, I think it's all working out. I don't want to alarm anybody. I think everything's falling into place, but I don't, I don't want to count my chickens until they're hatched. And,
All right.
Sure.
One kind of on that same page, and I guess it would be towards our attorney, as far as the monies that are in the accounts, like Linda was asking about, the money we have. Where does that get, or what point do we decide on how that gets dispersed?
Well, I think, like Ron mentioned, once it's finalized, I think then there would be taking a look at it and seeing what's there, for the board to decide at that point what the balances are and how to go about finalizing the process of dissolution. So it just depends on, once the motions are before the board tonight, those are approved, and then finalization of it, you can look at the actual numbers, see what's in the accounts, and how to go about. The board can then take action at that time, how to properly dissolve, finalize the distribution of any of those funds.
And it will be kind of up to the board. I mean, obviously Joliet is going to have to say, probably, correct, or would it just be up to us?
That'll be correct. It'll depend on kind of how it plays out. I think there's been some, depends on if there, surcharge amounts, different things that might develop. The board's going to have to address that, take that into account, and act accordingly to that as it see fits.
I got a question.
And I know we will also have some outstanding bills that will be coming in late. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got a question though. I mean, how do you transfer something over, or you're basically selling a profitable entity to Joliet? So, I mean, how do you justify all this without even knowing, how much money you got, and how much is being transferred, how much is staying with Lockwood Township? And you guys were saying, or should be, unless I'm wrong, but they're saying after the agreements are signed and everything. Well, isn't that kind of ass backwards? Don't you have an understanding of, okay, you've got $350,000 in this account, you got the surcharge account that says $200,000. I mean, don't you work all those things out before you?
Well, in the intergovernmental agreement, I know most of the monies are staying here in the township. We have obligations to pay the remaining bills.
Sure,
and all
absolutely.
that.
Yeah, whatever trails is going to be paid for, but but what was just said is not what you're saying. I mean, how do you go about it if Joliet and the township doesn't sit down and say, here's our accounts, here's what we got. The county has to be involved because they're paying $3 million or whatever the case may be. I mean, there's no way you can make that transaction in the private world. Going about it the way you guys are, but that's just my opinion. I have a question to ask.
All right. Any other questions? Or any other, we already passed the bills, right? Any other citizens wishing to address the board? Seeing none, we'll go on to utility management. Larry isn't here tonight. I don't believe he's left a report with us, so I'll go on to 13 Construction's report.
I have nothing.
You have nothing tonight?
Questions.
Okay. Okay, we have the approval to work on the radio read at the Canal lift station. We talked about that last month. I did talk to Larry. He doesn't believe it needs to be fixed. Is that what we kind of indicated, Chris?
I didn't say that, but,
No, you, Chris.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he believes that they can be done manually.
At this
But-
point in time.
Yeah.
Okay,
Until
so, I mean,
Joliet takes over and see what they do.
right. So if there's any, unless somebody wants to make a motion to repair it, I would think we'd table it at this point again.
Okay, so who had this conversation with Larry?
It was between the three of us. He talks to Chris most of the time.
Okay, so I mean, Larry put in writing or anything, or we don't need to do it type of thing?
It's pretty much, we don't need to do it at this time, type of thing. He's on that down there on a day-to-day basis.
Ron, is this one of the issues we talked about where we felt, Joliet needed to be contacted just to see if they had an opinion on that or no?
Yeah, I think Larry was going to get a hold of Joliet, if I remember right. That was a few weeks ago.
I thought the board was going to.
Was that?
I thought the board was going to. I mean, as far as me and Larry is concerned, we presented the problem to you guys, and it's up to you guys. It's not, you guys need to, somebody was saying that they were going to call Joliet and see. What I was told from Metropolitan is the fixes they could do would be compatible with the city of Joliet. Well, they're like a used car salesman, and they're going to tell you what you want to hear. So the last meeting was, unless I'm mistaken, was the board was going to talk to Joliet and see if that is actually true or not, and then make your decision on that. And again, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Well, with what happened this last couple of weeks, I know it didn't get done, and I'll take fault for that. We have had other issues come up in the township that took precedence, obviously.
Yeah.
I forgot.
The only thing I'm trying
And
to
I probably should have reached out to
table is,
Joliet, and I will reach out
Yeah.
to Joliet, unless, I don't know if you have an opinion on what we, Amy here, Wagner is from the city of Joliet.
the only thing I want to say is that Larry and myself, we did our job. There's a problem, mechanical problem, and we brought it to the board. We gave you the prices and stuff. And it's your decision to move forward or not.
Well, just from my opinion, the city of Joliet has already executed the agreements, and we're just here to get the agreements executed by you guys tonight.
Right.
If there's some mechanical issue with lift station, and it was in the agreement that all of that had to be in working order, then you will probably have to go ahead and repair it after the fact. If there isn't anything in the agreement that states that, then there's not really anything that we can do about it.
The question is, though, is for the Lockport Township Water Department to pay for the repairs.
Right.
Is it compatible with your SCADA, with your computer system? And that's the only question.
Yeah, I guess that's the question. We don't want to fix something that's not going to.
And then you go around and say that we don't read that software or whatever the case may be.
Well, I can have Nick Gornick get in touch with you guys and take a look at it and see. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, well, that way we can find out if it's going to be used. I hate to spend thousands of dollars on a thing that's going to be replaced in 3 months.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to get in touch with you.
Okay, thank you.
Well, then do we need a motion to just table this until you have an opportunity to speak with the city of Joliet?
I would think that'd be a good motion.
I'll make that motion. We table the approval of work on the radio at Canelo Station.
Okay, I got a motion by Greg Bickus,
Second.
second by Barb Delaney. Any other questions? Can I have a roll call, please?
Ron Alberico,
Yes.
Greg Bickus,
Yes.
Barb Boyce,
Yes.
Barb Delaney,
Yes.
Dean Morelli.
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you. Great. All right, next on the agenda is the approval of the ordinance authorizing the transfer of the waterways, wastewater system to Joliet. Everybody has that in your packet. Do we have an ordinance number for this?
No, I didn't. Did you ordinance number it? Did Joliet ordinance number it?
We have a resolution number here. Would it be the same ordinance number as theirs, or is this our ordinance?
Well, it's their document, so I would just go with their ordinance number, with Joliet's ordinance number. Because we'll have so many different,
That's this one here. This one. Right? I'm sure exactly what he's saying. No,
because we're signing the same document.
Right.
Well, this would be the ordinance from.
This is the ordinance, these are resolutions, yeah.
Yeah, this isn't the intergovernmental agreement, this is our ordinance.
Our ordinance, so this is, should
This
have,
should number chronologically with your
Yeah.
ordinance.
right there. Where are we at our ordinances? Do you know, Chris?
You know, do 2019-1.
2019-1. Do you want me to read this?
Do it that way.
Okay, I'm going to read this one. I'm not going to read them all. There's a lot of detail. Okay, whereas Lockport Township currently owns its water and sewer system, and whereas the wastewater system flows 2/3 to the city of Joliet and 1/3 to the city of Lockport wastewater treatment plants, and whereas Lockport Township maintains, operates the water and sewer system serving the Fairmont neighborhood of the township, and whereas Lockport Township and the city of Joliet entered into an intergovernmental agreement for the purpose of transferring that portion of the township's water and sewer system servicing township's Fairmont neighborhood, and whereas Lockport Township has explored all possibilities for the transfer of the maintenance and operation of the system for those portions serving the Fairmont neighborhood, and whereas the city of Joliet has agreed to take over the operations, maintenance of the water system and sewer system, prudent to the intergovernmental agreement between the city of Joliet and the township of Lockport. And whereas the Lockport Township is authorized to transfer the water system and wastewater system to Joliet, prudent to 60 Illinois Code 1/205-120, because of, in the opinion of the community each system serves with the concurrence of the township board, each system is no longer necessary, required for the use of profitability to or for the best interest of Lockport Township or the Fairmont residents. Whereas Lockport Township believes it's in the best interest of the residents of Lockport Township to transfer that portion of the water and sewer system servicing Fairmont neighborhood to the city of Joliet, prudent to the intergovernmental agreement executed between the parties. Now therefore be it ordained by Lockport Township of Lockport Township, Will County, Illinois, as follows. Section 1, the portion of the water and sewer system serving Fairmont neighborhood of Lockport Township is transferred to the city of Joliet, prudent to the intergovernmental agreement executed. It's blank this day. It'll be today's date, 2019, that it passes. The township supervisor and clerk are hereby authorized to execute the same, including all related documents necessary to fuel such transfer. Section 2, that all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith are hereby repealed. Adopted this day, Lockport Township, as is. So I need a motion to approve ordinance 2019-1.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Delaney,
I'll second it.
second by Barb Boyce. Any questions? All right, hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Greg Bickus,
Yes.
Barb Boyce,
Yes.
Barb Delaney,
Yes.
Steve Morelli,
Yes.
Ron Alberico.
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you. All right, next for approval is the intergovernmental agreement with the city of Joliet for the transfer of the water wastewater system. That is also in your packets. Right behind the ordinance. And this one I'm not going to read because it has all the addresses and everybody's date, but basically, it says, do you want to summarize it for us? Mario, real quick. You might be better at it, making it better.
A bit much to summarize, but basically the document outlines all of the terms and provisions agreed to between Joliet and Lockport as far as the transfer of the water system relative to Fairmont and how that will be done, the agreement between the two to do so, and how Joliet will ultimately take control after this is executed to perform those functions and take that over.
All right.
One has a copy.
Everybody should get a copy of it.
I make a motion to approve the intergovernmental agreement between the City of Joliet and Lockport Township.
Yeah, do we have a motion by Greg Bickes?
Second.
Second by Barb Delaney. Any questions of the zoning agreement?
I do have a question on here. On page 2, section 2, item number 2, it says transfer all related assets and responsibilities. In assets, the monies that are now under control of the water board are assets. Is that included in this agreement?
Well, I think I can comment on that, but I think, do you have a comment on that, being that your understanding of what Joliet understands? My understanding is that it does not apply to assets, meaning physical apparatus, things related to the water system, things that are going to be maintained, taken over, that are used to function for the water system, not actual account or holding funds that are being held in bank accounts of this board or of the water district. It would be, I don't have the exact section in this agreement where that would be defined, but I believe that's the understanding of it.
So the assets that we're talking about.
So the understanding should be on our end that it doesn't include the monies that are in the accounts. Is that Joliet's understanding?
That would not be a question for me, that would be a question for the city attorney and whoever put the agreement together.
That's what that's
I
my
don't know.
understanding when it was.
So which attorney of ours in the township worked on this?
It would be Carl Buck and, I say the name wrong. Lori, I think both worked on
And I
it.
believe that in this agreement, I mean, like Ron said, it's a bit longer than the last one, but if you go through and you read this, if you go through it and read it, and as I said, I'm not the one who drafted this, but I can tell you it's a total of about 4 to 5 pages with some attachments, but essentially it talks about in section 2 that you're mentioning there, ownership in all operations of the water system and the sewer system, lift stations, collection system, 2 wells, water tower, distribution systems, water mains and lines. And then right after that, I think, is the section 2.2 provision that you're talking about, all related assets and responsibilities. I think that is following that because it's pointing out all of those apparatus. There's nothing in here that, other than future billing, that will be future collection billing. There's nothing in here that's delineated or outlined as far as, I think, the kind of funds that the board was talking about earlier in the meeting.
Okay.
So what about the surcharge that's been going on? Where does that fit in?
That would be part of the bank assets. The
Right,
money
and I think
assets.
that's something.
So that goes to Joliet?
No.
No,
Look
that,
at that, I mean, according to this, and I didn't see it in here, I think we're all got the same concern, is that the money that's in the accounts right now controlled by the water board has not been decided on. I know we do have in here about paying outstanding bills, so obviously all the money is not being transferred over to Joliet immediately because of certain reasons. But at some point, is that, I think, even Belinda brought up, is that going to be a discussion that's going to be with this board, or is that going to be attorney, or
no, that would be for this board
to decide at a certain point?
Yes.
where that money's gonna go.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
So that shouldn't be decided before you vote on that, or what? I'm just asking a question. But it's-
After. We're not going to know how many monies are going to be left until after the transfer and all the remaining bills come in.
Well, you should know what's in your surcharge account. That should be separate.
Right, and it is. It's out separate.
This agreement is just outlining the terms and provisions of how Joliet and Lockport have reached an intergovernmental agreement to
This intergovernmental
to do
agreement
this.
is just to get everything over to them, all the assets, like I said, the water tower, the transfer stations, and all, anything related to those.
Correct.
Any other questions before we take a roll call? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Barb Boyce,
Yes.
Barb Delaney,
Yes.
Dee Morelli,
Yes.
Ron Alberico,
Yes.
Greg Bickus,
Yes.
motion carries.
All right. Next on the agenda. Approval of the license agreement with Joliet for the access to the water, wastewater system. That is also in your packet. I think I have a little blue tag there. Maybe that way. Do you need me to read this? It's a lot of technical coordinates, basically giving the properties, identifying the property by their PIN numbers. That's the agreement.
So these properties we're going to be transferring are where the lift stations and wells are located, and the tower.
The tower is going, from my understanding, the agreement is going to be, they're going to abandon the well, the water tower. And take it down,
wells.
and the property will go back to the highway, basically. It's in the highway department.
The property will be
Yeah.
in the township.
The PIN numbers that you see on here are the well houses. There are no PIN numbers for the lift stations because they're sitting on easements.
Okay, yeah.
So there's no PIN numbers at all for the lift stations. So the PIN numbers are just for the well houses.
So I would entertain a motion to approve the license agreement with Joliet for access to the water and wastewater system.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Boyce,
Second.
and a second by Barb Delaney. Any questions?
Well, I guess, I don't know, they're trying to figure this out. They're saying that we're gonna turn over the water tower, however Joliet might just abandon it or whatever. So, abandon meaning you're gonna take it down, or we're gonna take it down, or
They're taking it.
it's your responsibility after that?
It's my understanding that once the water tower like the water tower is removed from service and removed from the property and the wells are abandoned, then the properties will go back to the township. That's why we have the license agreement for access.
I
Because
just
those
want
won't be
yeah,
turned over to the
responsibility
city.
will be, okay.
Any other questions? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Dee Morelli,
Yes.
Ron Alberico,
Yes.
Greg Bickus,
Yes.
Barb Boyce,
Yes.
Barb Delaney,
Yes.
motion carries.
All right, thank you. That's all I have under old business. Under new business, the only thing I wanted to bring up, I wanted to remind everybody, we did agree on the meetings early before the first of the year, but next month's meeting is the first Monday of the month, I believe. It falls on the 7th, October 7th, instead of the second one. The second Tuesday is Columbus Day, so we'll be closed that day. So I just want to remind everybody, it's next month's meeting, the first Monday on October 7th. Other than that, the only other thing I have is a transfer of money for the infrastructure of maintenance. Again, I don't believe it be wise for us to transfer the money at this point. So I'll make a motion, or I would entertain a motion not to transfer money to the infrastructure maintenance account.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Boyce,
Second.
second by Barb Delaney. Any questions? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Greg Bickus,
Yes.
Barb Boyce,
Yes.
Barb Delaney,
Yes.
Dean Morley,
Yes.
Ron Alberico.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Other than that, I don't have anything else tonight, unless somebody has a question they'd like to quick, sure.
No, I just wonder, would it be good just to put on the record again, just to remind the viewers about the open house, the question and answer session about the water system?
You know what, I'm glad you brought that up. I don't even, Joliet and Will County failed because we were going to send out a postcard. We talked about it. We failed to get any information back from you, so we never did put it together.
We are sending out letters
You
to
are
all of the
sending out
water
letters.
customers, and it's going to have a flyer in there with the information about the open house on the 26th. It's also going to include all of the forms that the residents need to fill out for their water accounts with the city of Joliet. And then the letter explaining the transfer.
Can we get a copy of that? We'll put it on our TV screen, monitors, so people come in here to read
Yeah.
it.
Everything is ready to go for tomorrow. I just need to get a hold of the guy at the Fairmont Community Center to see if that we could use that as an extra drop-off location for people to turn in their forms.
Oh,
And then as soon as I get the confirmation for that, then the letters will be mailed out.
okay, yeah, please let us know, because we'll put it on our website too,
Okay.
try to get the word
Yeah.
out there and get everybody.
I'll send it to you.
too. The only other thing then, that brings up a point, I think at the open house, I'd like to have some representation there from the township also.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm going to be out of town. I'll be, so I won't be able to make it, so I'll ask one of my board members, or a couple if they can make it that
What's the
evening.
date?
The 26th.
26th of September.
It'll be a Thursday, I believe.
I have it marked down, so I'll put it on my calendar. And what is the time?
6 to 8, I believe.
6 to 8 is on the-
6 to 8, okay.
Yeah, I would be able to make it. I'm out of town also.
Unless I have an emergency come up, I will be there.
I'll try to make it.
Yeah, if we can get some, I apologize, I'll be out of town.
Just remember, only 2 of you can go,
Oh, okay.
Well,
because then we have to notify that you're a
not if we're
majority
not
is
holding a
meeting.
meeting, there's, it's an open house, it's open to the public. How can we tell our,
Attorney, asking.
yeah, can our,
I think if you're not all talking together.
yeah,
Yeah.
we can talk together, can
Right.
huddle up, and we can't,
We could go.
we can go
It
home.
is an open meeting, so.
You can't deny a person from going
Can't
to the
all
public.
business.
Right.
You guys can't hold business or talk business or anything like that, obviously. All right, other than that,
I got a question, Ron.
Sure.
While we're done. So what is my termination date? Final Larry's.
I've been asking our attorney to, we have to send you a letter, we have to give you 60 days.
Okay.
I believe so.
90.
Or 90 days, is it? I can't- 90 days, you're right, 90 days. Now, the reason we've been holding off, we want to make sure, I would rather pay you a couple extra months than have this thing fall apart the last day and we don't have anybody.
I'd rather you bought me out of my contract, but the only reason I'm asking, I gotta move forward, so at this point, do we have an answer?
I'm waiting on Carl to,
I don't have an answer for you tonight, but
Okay.
I'll remind Carl you're looking for.
yeah. We
Yes,
gave
but-
our attorney the authority to send the letter.
Okay, so I've got, right now, I've got 90 days.
Yeah, 90 days, you haven't been
Okay.
notified yet.
At what time, at what point does Joliet take over, say,
November 1st.
November 1st, you're taking over November 1st? Okay.
So once.
Do you need me to flush the hydrants right now? You don't then, because the water's coming from Joliet.
I have no idea.
All right, how about, can somebody contact me and let me know?
Yeah.
You know, let me know what, other than the normal duties. I mean, the only thing typically that I'd be doing right now would be flushing hydrants. I flushed the dead ends about a week and a half ago, so.
Yeah, you would want to continue all your regular maintenance activities up until November 1st.
Okay, how about, who would be calling me? Have somebody call me, will you?
Uh-huh.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Any other questions? That being said, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Delaney,
I'll second it.
second by Barb Boyce. All in favor?
All right.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.